Hi chat, hello. Okay, that can now go to here. Hi Serge, hi Prelude, thank you for the lurk. Okay, this scene would probably be preferable. Okay, I think that's, oh, that's slightly. There we go, now the edges are correct. Let me see, I think I've almost remembered everything. Okay, that button. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I have remembered to post in Discord. I think I got it. Okay. Been working on this project well, I really started it complete, well, the planning part. I started yesterday. But some of the debate. Do I want an inner courtyard and an outer courtyard here? Or do I want to wall them in differently? It doesn't matter right now for doing an outline though. Da, 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 da. Oh, and the reason I only have like 3 levels is because I might have one of these now. But that's not the only reason I only have 3 levels. I did something else. Oh, you know what? I really should have pulled up and seen how wide those were. Say it was 5. Sorry, 5 there was a pillar. So I actually need to not be figuring this out in 3s and need to be figuring it in 5s. Whoops. Well, I kind of knew that when I was doing it though. Okay. I'm gonna go straight from here. So I'm pretty sure I'm happy with the placement of the front entrance, which I will show you real quick. Because if we start from down here. Originally, I was going to try to center it over the cave opening. Hello. But it just didn't work because if you look at the map, the cave opening's here. And one, I needed a decent spot in the hill to go up do the stairs. But also, if the center of the entrance was here, that's like the smallest part of the hill. And I needed a spot where I could just have a big area behind it. Now, this entire part of this mountain is also going to be part of the grounds of this build. I just, as I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to figure out where exactly these wall types, I don't know if I call them walls. They're kind of walls. The separations, I need to figure out where the separations are going. I could really quickly build an example of what that bit's gonna look like, but oh, I should see if my I'm down here. See if the netherrack's done. I don't know that it's gonna be enough, but it's a good start. Dang, it went through a lot of lava. Oh wait, that shares it. Those 3 each. That's actually not terrible. I clearly did not do that right. Okay. This one goes there. Yeah, the system is half manual. It's fine. Designed that way on purpose because of the space I had it in. And honestly, with the way hoppers are, it actually, that wasn't where I meant to put that. There we go. Oh, oh. Ah, this one's missing one. There we go. Okay, I should then be able to make nether bricks. I do. Do I need fences? I have more netherrack. I have so much more netherrack. It's actually not funny. But those can stop running now. I also have all of this lava, which I can easily add in there if I need to. But with this size of lava farm and at the speed I normally do things, you don't really need the backup unless you're smelting a lot of stuff. I really do need to go around here and do some more glow lighting in places because I feel like I have an awful lot of torches still in my base. But that's not a today project. Ooh. However, I'm gonna basically be doing that the entire time we're working on this because I need more cactus flowers. I honestly need to figure out if there's a way we can farm that a little bit more efficiently, but we'll see. So I have panned out the path a little bit. So there is a path that goes up this way that I still haven't figured out the stairs for. And then there's this path here that I have figured that out. The stairs are gonna let you be placed on like here, not here. But I needed to plan that out, and also I didn't check. Okay, it doesn't look bad from over here. I was worried because it is literally a block thick at that point. There's just stone placed on the underside. So I was worried it was gonna... I can always put more leaves in here, to be honest. Probably does need one over here, but it's such a pain to do that because it's looking upwards. And then we have this, it goes this way. Funnily enough, this just peeks into the back of the cave bit. But once I like have the mud, oops. Okay, dirt is also what I need. Once I have the mud and mushroom blocks there, it won't matter. It won't be a partial block anymore. I just brought over, there we go. Grab like a stack of that. I'm gonna toss this in here. Oh, there's a wild crow if anyone wants to catch it. Whee! So I figured out the paths mostly. I don't know exactly what's going in these spots yet. So I definitely will probably adjust this path. Honestly, this is just bothering me, so I'm going to cover it up anyway. Even though it's almost of no consequence. Still. Okay. So I don't know what's going on this part, like here. I know that I was planning on, well, potion gardens and a big tree here. Probably a big tree here, gardens there. By big tree, I mean that type of tree. Ooh, we could do that right now, actually. We could put a tree in. I need to check whether that's going to mess with... shouldn't mess with the sightlines too much. And then I probably will just have more garden here. I can't imagine I'm going to put a... like, that's not really big enough for a building. I'll admit, I don't remember what this building was for. Originally. I want to say... library? Maybe? I left myself a note for that, but in here I did not leave myself a note for what this was supposed to be. And why, like, that corner has windows, but none of this does? I clearly had a very specific plan in here, because, like, half of this... One corner has windows. Why? My guess? Oh, well, my other thought is since that's potion, I'm thinking this is like bookshelves, library vibes. So I don't have a library in this base yet, I don't think. Did I put a note in the wind? Like, did I put a note up here? Just... Ah, that's just an empty space right now. Okay. Because I have the museum exhibit of sorts. We've got the LA building, greenhouse, etc. Most of these... Well, that's the doghouse, actually. I need to figure out what I want to do with the dogs. Most of these buildings, for those who don't know, are full of farms. Most of them. Not all of them, but most of them have a farm. Ooh, should I turn my pale moss farm on? I feel like I should. Because I have so much moss. I converted this into a pale moss farm because literally it made perfect sense too. Even though I do plan on ending up with 2 farms, I didn't know where I was going to put the other one. Let me make sure this is just working. Okay. So while we have these chunks loaded, we can have that running. So I was like, you know what, I can just convert it and I can always convert it back. This isn't full, right? I mean, it's almost full. Let me... Getting sidetracked because I haven't done maintenance in here in forever. So yeah, we've got mostly farms in these buildings. So I don't know... Like, that tower doesn't have a farm in it, but... You know. This one does. This one actually... Does this one? Technically it does. I need to put the other one in here. The cherry blossom farm. I need to put more things in there, but... In time. Yeah, for those who haven't seen it, it's just that I'm gonna do this. This is the museum of thingies. Random things. All the different types of witherheads. Archaeology stuff, which I think I now have stuff to add to this, technically, once we find it. Because I thought there might... Is there at least... There might not be a new one since I did this. Because I obviously got flow and gust, so... And then I actually added this one yesterday. Yeah, also, these are aging, which is fun. I have to go through and decide which ones I want to leave. And which ones I want to keep as aging. It's a weird visual glitch. Interesting. But as we come up here... Tacos! I don't know. I don't feel like I want buildings in the way of this view. I'm not even sure I want to put a tree there. Rather, I don't know that I want to put a tree here. If I was going to put a tree, I want to put it like here, I think. Because I don't want... Like, I want you to look up at this build and see it from a distance. Now, smaller trees... Do I put it off to this side? Because if I put it here... Just for a second, for the sake of argument. Put tree there. That might work. Maybe. I missed. I missed again. I don't know why I'm trying to do it the hard way. So I could put a tree here, but I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to just think about it. Definitely think there should be. I might put a smaller tree there and put one of the big birch trees here instead. Let's see. We've got one there. One there. We really only have. Do I really only have 2 of those? Yeah, I only have 2. I need to put in. Really, probably need to put one a little further down. Because other than this area here, which is spruce themed, I need to figure out how to like finish that off actually. I'm trying to think. This should all mostly be birch stuff. Well, put the dark oak and azalea in originally as my trees, and then I kind of was like, I like these big birch trees. I'm gonna do that. So I do probably need to add one. Possibly even replace this tree with a big birch tree instead. I've got notifications. I need to double check.
Hello there.
Hi, Dragon.
Canadian Drag 0N just resubscribed for 44 months. Thanks to @ShadowMazzy for my sub gift.
No worries. I will type that in chat though. Ah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you for the alert, Dragon. Okay. Nope. I didn't get that. There is a canoe out here. Noticeably sans anyone in the canoe. I might just far enough away that the armor stand's not rendering, because entities won't render at this distance. Like all those sheep that are definitely in that pen are just currently not rendering. I may put one. Well, I could put one there. The problem is that's going to line up exactly with that, so I may have to shift that around a little. Might need to put one over here. Except that, I think, is a biome-specific vibes. I think that, yeah, because I did the dark oak trees with the rose bushes on purpose. So I think I'll end up putting another birch tree. Maybe on this bit. But then it's behind the lighthouse. Is it just too much to have another one there? Or do I want them more frequent? I feel like I want them to be frequent. Like, I feel like that was the plan. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. I also need to decide if I'm keeping those trees there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I got distracted. I can birch tree this later. Here. You know what? A sign would be a great idea. Perfect. Birch tree here. I'm just gonna decide now. I think this was either gonna be a library, but I'm just gonna make a slash brewing. Because I also brewing machine-ish. Because I know I've been just making my potions in the storage room and I don't like that setup. So that's what we're just gonna say that's what that was for. To begin with. Okay. So the question is, do I continue these walls? Well, I should first figure out if the spacing is still gonna work. Trying to think if I can really quickly find the image of what I'm trying to do. So, gosh, that was ages ago. Oh, well, it does help that it looks like. No, that's the other one. Can I sort these by date? Oh, well, it's already sorted. Oh gosh, what would that have been? Okay, so all this is at the top. Because I also have this world I could just go visit, but it would be a lot easier if I did. That's funny. Okay. Do I have a good picture? Okay, I love those builds, but that's not helpful. Okay. Doesn't look like I have a good picture of it on this computer. Do you ever have a picture of it? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, actually. Okay, okay. Let me. Gosh, that was forever ago. I can tell because I'm looking at the skin going, goodness. I wonder if I should do a new variation on this skin, this outfit for this skin. As my new one. Because currently for Cookie, I'm wearing my Skyblock skin. But okay, is it really 7? Well, this would be the corner, so the corner doesn't count in this case. Also, this can just. I should take one of these and turn it into. Take a couple more actually. Just do. Boop. Do that. Because this will be easier to do this with. Ba, 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 ba. If I do that, and then it was boop. Well, that's the outside wall. Yeah. Assuming this is going to be the outside wall of this section. Was like that, and then boop. 1, 2, 3, boop. That actually works out perfectly on that section. So that's great. The rest of this is a lot more flexible than this bit, at least for the moment. So, I don't remember how I handled the corners. Should I use slabs for this? Well, actually, yeah, because, did it that way. Why did I do it? That's the interesting part. I actually should have, well, I have dirt. I need slabs for now. Because of how I chose to do this originally. I will tweak it. Especially for that front bit because of, let's grab a little bit more sandstone. Now, normally, that was probably smooth sandstone actually. Well, for the sake of argument, we'll do cut slabs and then I will come back. Normally, you know, I wouldn't do this much of the actual like build right away. I'd try to plan it out a bit more, but I want to see exactly what I'm dealing with because this is all chunk based, and then you know I started spacing out corners and things. Now the question is, do I want to leave this as a 2? I think I will for the starter. What's fun about this is you don't have to light it up as much, which is why I did it this way originally, but I was thinking about upscaling. Oh no, you didn't catch it. Originally I was thinking about taking these pillars, changing them into full blocks and doing it a little bigger. I think the spacing will still be relatively the same. This will be 3 pillar. Oh, no. I said pillar. Okay, so see on this wall, might do something a little different. So we do have a 2 here. But actually, let me just, because this entrance I'm thinking is going to be a little chunkier of a pillar situation. It might be more something like more like that. Let's do that. Because I want like a big grand arch situation there, right? It does mean the way I've like laid that out that we won't really have another big pillar between here and there. This one might end up being, it'll depend. That's something like once we're actually building the arches and stuff, I'll figure out. Hi, Lucy. Hey, Poppers. You demanding your attention? Hi. Hi, sweet girl. It's like, can I play this game with my left hand? Yeah. My left hand on my mouse, chat. So that's why. Okay, there you go, baby. There we go. Back to playing it properly. And that is why I have double jump on. Okay. That's not where I said to place that. There you go. Not gonna. I might actually. I need to figure out what kind of covering I want to put on that because I don't feel like the moss carpet's the real trick. I do think I'll probably just end up putting more bushes in and do something that way. Because then this is going to be like that. which lines up perfectly with those. Let's go. I'm almost thinking for a wall that goes here of sorts, I may do not even a wall. So might do. I'm just gonna put a few up just to see how it looks. Play around with the idea. Because this will go here. That. And I don't remember how I handled that, but we'll figure it out. I'll make up a new way to handle it if I have to. It's gonna be like this. Actually, it'll be there. Be like that. Turn. I'll put that in there. And then guess in line with this. Something like this, maybe? To give like the illusion of a wall, even though there isn't one. I might move it back. Something like that, maybe. It's funny, I'm covering up my own terraforming, but trying to make this make sense. Grab a little bit more dirt. And a little bit more of this. The nice thing is I gathered this for the other project, which means I have even more of it as I need it. Always hitting the wrong buttons for those. Hi, Art. Welcome in. Nice thing is this turns at a perfect spot. Oh no. Something's upset Zoe. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace these. You can tell this was my tree farming area at one point. It's one of the things I did yesterday when I was cleaning up. Maybe I did that the day before yesterday. Hi, baby. What you making all the noise for? Zoe. Zoe. Ezo. Actually, I almost feel like the pathway is gonna end. I know this lines up. The problem is that lines up so perfectly. I almost want to do, well, actually I could do a sticky outy bit. I could do a tower here at the end. Make the front less flat. I'll think about that. That might be a good idea. Not even really a tower, more of a, I want to say parapet, but that doesn't sound right. That is a part of a castle, but I don't know if it's the part of the castle I mean it to sound like it is. I'm just gonna do it this way. Do it like that. At which point there'll be a fence here of some sort. Probably be like a doop doop doop. Yeah, something. I still need to remove that from my Minecraft playlist. I will shove that screenshot over there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not completely happy with that either. I'll have to think about that. Though, speaking of things sticking out, I'm probably going to do that way instead of that. Just so that there's, like, dimension to this wall. I could always move it over by one. Move both the outward edges out by one. But if we go with this design and just turn a corner here, then it doesn't make sense to do that. But I'm also not completely sure it makes sense to have a corner here. Because the original design was more open. I don't know how to explain it. Just put that like right there. Okay. I definitely think I want there to be an inner and outward courtyard here, but I don't know what that means for this. Because I could also just leave this to keep going straight and do just like pillars here. I might do that. Actually, that would look really cool, I think, with arches. But then this bit just keeps going. Yeah, I will build one section like one of these bits here so you guys can see. I am doing a bit of a throwback. So certain, those both go in boxes. I probably should put them back. Certain people might recognize it, but I don't know. I think they're both busy at the moment, so. I need that. That. Okay. Actually, I think only goes up that far. Don't think it. Oop. Don't think that goes up 5. Oops. Send this. There we go. Granted, this is a corner, so it would look a little different. It would probably... Actually, no, not that point. It would be... like this. Do, do, do. Gotta love when the server gives me a little bit of lag. Now, I do think I'm going to look at editing this design a smidge. Simply because, for one, we have a lot more blocks now than we did when I designed it originally. A lot more. And also, in general, it needs a little bit of an update, I think. Now, there's going to be sandstone stuff this way. But I also, when I originally designed this, fiddled with it a lot. So I don't know how much more fiddling I will do. So imagine that, but all the way around. I still... yeah, I might... Actually, was that top slabs? Especially now with the lower light levels, I think we could get away with something interesting here. Hold on. I think I almost like this better. And if I did it that way, I could get away. Could do stairs, or I could do slabs here. Up. Can I? No, I can't, because that's right. So that's the only conundrum, because if I recall, this is where I would put a torch. Not a torch, a lantern. But I could probably get away with doing that and putting something in. I may also just have to reconsider that part. Because the thing is, this was originally designed in 1.16 before the lighting updates were even a thing we knew about. So don't actually need as much lighting as we did then. I can get away with lots more silly lighting tricks. Yeah, that all the way around. Because I do think I know what I'm going to do with these middle bits. So we're actually going to leave those. What I want, though... Okay, so that is there. I want to see if I can get these to line up. Simply because if these stay lined up across the entire thing, that's like the whole goal, right? Is one of the things that makes the design interesting. Is the fact that it should even out in theory. It's repeated across like so many different bits, but then it's always the same. That's how repeating works, Clara. But it's aligned as well as not just repeated. So it creates an interesting visual, like I don't know how to explain it. It looks cool. Now, the hard part about this for me is actually going to be designing the big building in the middle. Well, not going to even be in the middle. The bigger building is going to be interesting because I want to do a better design than the original. But I don't know how to do that. So I want to do something more detailed. But with the original, it's going to be a little difficult to do that. Okay, why? Certainly not. Oh, well. Should I just carry that out straight? Because the thing is, this box is not a centered box. So let's turn it and see where we end up. 2, 3. Boop. 1, 2, 3. Boop. And is that where we then go straight? Yeah, okay. So that in theory should be a corner. Okay. Adjusting on the fly. This is why I plan things out with the specific details in mind. Doing it this way on purpose. We're going to do outer wall first. 1, 2, 3. Oop. 1, 2, 3. Oop. 2, 3. Oop. 2, 3. Boop. Wait, am I doing corners? Like that? Yeah, that's what it looks like I'm doing. Okay. So in theory, I actually should turn here. Just gonna go down and get that. And put it like down there where it's not going to be in the way. One, 2, 3. So if I'm turning here, it doesn't quite, which lines up with that perfectly, which is great. Actually, it's perfect. So it's almost like if I did that and then Oh, that's so close. Well, I mean, technically, that's where that would go, and then this one be floating a little bit, which I don't think I mind. It actually works. I can either adjust the terrain around it. Maybe that's what's wrong with this. Okay, because the corner, I go in one. We do it that way. This lines up with that. It's still gonna end up because it's not a corner. Let's remeasure. Wait, that's not lined up. It would help if I lined that up. Did I? Oh no, never mind, I did. 1, 2, 3. Oop. Just gonna do it like this and see how off we are. Um. Oh, we're only like a 3 off? I might just do a door here. Back door. And just call it and make it. Is that centered on this? I mean, it is centered on this line. No, it's not. No, it's not. Hold on. The 2 on one side, 3 on the other. That would be a centered. So if I do this, that's centered on this line. So the other option is, oh, I see why it's off probably. It's because of this. So that makes sense, and that's why, like, even if I took this straight from here to here, it wouldn't line up the same way this would line up because of these turns, right? But I do feel like this is fine. You're not going to have a direct line of sight from here to here anyway. There's going to be a building here. Possibly even closer to like that. I haven't decided yet. There's going to be a house in the center of this bit, right? So I need to figure out how big I need the house because I might have to move this wall. Okay. That would solve this problem. At least for the moment. Like I said, there are bits of this that I want to keep similar to the original design that I did. Just do that. And there are bits I want to be changed. So it will be a little bit of figuring things out. Need more marble. Okay. So that math is mathing at this point. Checking on the dog, trying to figure out what she's doing. What are you doing? Yeah? You're not over there getting yourself into trouble, are you? Okay. Oh, I probably have it in my inventory. I just need to... There we go. And while I'm here, also gonna go ahead and... While I'm thinking about it, I think... Yeah, that does what I think it does. Perfect. I'm just gonna put it in the one because I don't need to turn the minecarts on and spread it out across lava. It's fine. I can use those lava buckets, but and use them more efficiently. I don't need it to be fast. I will admit the last few days my English has been a bit off, so if I say sentences that don't make sense, I don't know exactly what's up, but brain to mouth channels have not been working correctly some days. Oh, I know what I could do there. I could do alternating. Do like these on this side and then do like one here like that and almost do a walkway. Oh, that would look cool. Yeah, let me... So that I remember that. Let's do that so I remember. Okay. I think one of the things I'm going to do is mix in birch with the sandstone a bit. Not in like direct ways in the fact like I'm not gonna texture with it in that. Like I'm not gonna add it to that, but I might add it into certain parts. Like this bit might end up being birch wood instead. Ooh, yeah, I like where that's starting to look. Because if you just for a second imagine that this is an arch here, and these walls are basically just, honestly, probably fences at that point. I might do fence gates and walls, but I might also just do fences and fence gates or something. Can I? Yeah, I'd have to do it too. Can't get away with it. Well, but. Could, I think. Do away with that. That works, that works, that works. So if I then put fence gates in between that. Boom. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to figure out how I'm gonna make these towers, but that is not a today project. Today's project is figure some of this out the rest of the way. Where spacing goes, and then I'll fix. Actually, don't know about those, so I will leave those. Nope. Yeah, that's starting to have like a little bit of imposing look to it, which I think is good. It's not another castle for anyone concerned that it's another castle. It's not. It's a mansion. It's a downgrade, you know? And it's not a very, like, fortified mansion, realistically. It's just aesthetically fortified. Which, you know, it doesn't completely make sense. But you know what? It don't matter. It's like, if this is your so-called wall, let's be honest, that's not fortified. Well, at least not by any physical means. Magical means, well. Oh, okay. It's like, your package is on the way. But what? But we're running late. It's fine. Don't care. It's not really late. I guess it's later than they said it was going to show up, but I'm not relying on it showing up at a specific time. So that's fine. Okay. It's just some command strips to hang stuff up on the wall. So it's not like I need that to show up soon. Well, I mean, immediately rather. Okay, so... Well, did I finish all of this bit? Okay, do I have... Okay, so I have that portion of it figured out. Okay. So I think... The only question I have running through my head, right, is where is the outer extent of this going to be? Because I was intending to build something right here. And I've got to decide how close to that I want the walls. Or am I just going to build it inside the walls? Oh, I thought that was a building for a second. I was very confused. Because I could just build it inside the wall. Realistically. Which I might do, because that'll make it easier. Hmm. The interesting thing about this is last time I built this, built this style, which is a specific style I kind of mashed together some things and came up with. I actually built the house foundation and then the mountain that went underneath it. It felt like a mountain to me. It wasn't really. It was more of a hill. Oh goodness, the amount of tricks I had to play with that though. The amount of tricks. Because this was when you still needed a light level of what, 15 to prevent mob spawns? The amount of buttons placed. Hi dragon! You back from curling now? Do 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 do. I probably should just extend the wall all the way. You are, yes, nice. I think I'll just extend it. Well, 'cause the thing is, I can make that decision now and break it easily enough. Dun, dun, dun. This is where I might do a little bit of terraforming. There we go. There's the words I was trying to use. To bring the ground to a little bit, like bring this out to like here, at a closer, a steeper hillside on this part. Or I won't. And I'll make a sandstone platform. Oy vey. Okay. Silly question. That always used to do that. That didn't always used to do that. It's probably fabulously optimized doing something there. Is there? Oh. I might have added that even No, I didn't. Connected in mischief textures. That might be what it is. Cool. I just was like, that looks flat. That's missing something. Oh, I noticed it when I was placing the walls earlier, but I didn't fully register what was wrong. Just that something was wrong. Interesting. I don't know that I mind it in this case. If anything, it makes sandstone more usable, not less, but... We're gonna do. Oh, I wanted to keep the placement of the door. The general placement, anyway. I'm actually surprised I didn't notice that when I was placing sandstone yesterday. Oh, what happened here? I clearly didn't count correctly. That's what happened there. Those are supposed to be 2 wide, not 3. Okay. Like that. Hi, Mousy. Yeah, there's a wild Aurorus in chat if anyone wants to catch it. Okay. That way. Bonk? What bonk? Why bonk? Do I want to do 5 wide arches or 3 wide arches here? Why not bonk? True. So probably that, I think. Because this'll, oh, that'll stick up. I think that's fine if it sticks up through the roof. I think that'll be fine. Oh. Okay. For those who watch the Friday Night Hermit thing, they just started. And yes, you can go do that instead. You mute this window, it's fine. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, my word. Yeah, I didn't sleep. Meh. Free XP, woo. Okay. 2, 3. The thing is, I don't want that wide of door. So I might want like a 4 wide. I think that'll work. Okay. That. Yeah. This is where we might actually have a turn this way. Because this terrain, I mean, I could in theory bring it out. I don't particularly know what happened here. Did I finish terraforming? Because that doesn't look finished. Yeah, I want the garden to be pretty big. How many sections is that? 5? Yeah. I think if we do 5, it makes sense. I will just have to terraform, which, to be fair, is one of my favorite things to do, so it's not the craziest idea in the world. Oh, that's supposed to be this one. Oh, did I go? Well, not too far. Dead. Okay. If I just say that's the one at which it turns, or do I want to go all the way out to the edge? I kind of want to go all the way out to the edge and just go with it. Because I can fix both sides of this to work for that. So that would be there, yeah? Oh yeah, because I can't go out one more. So you would do boop. That, and like so. Come on, give me back my jump boost. No longer close enough to the beacons. I'm gonna have to put another beacon over here. Probably gonna means I'm gonna have to get another beacon. Dang it. Okay. I'm hoping this will just work like this. And I won't have to do anything fancy to get it to line up. I think it will because of how things are measured out right now, but it is interesting. It's the first time in a while I've actually been playing on the most recent release of Minecraft. So that's fun. Now, how long will it be the most recent release? Who knows? Not long, likely. Hi. Oh my goodness, you really want me to give you some attention, don't you? You are headbutting my arm. Ouch. You're not also allowed to eat the mic, silly goose. Hi. Yeah, you should go bye-bye. You just want attention, huh, baby girl? Yeah? Okay. I didn't give you enough. Is that what that was? Apparently I didn't give her enough attention, guys. Okay, now she's not by my hand. Never mind. Hi! He turned around. Yeah? Do you need something, baby girl? No. You're just insisting I can't play Minecraft for a minute because I gotta pet you. You're not even loudly assisting. Chat can't hear you. It's insisting, rather. Yeah. Because instead of whining or barking at me, you just headbutt my hand until I pay attention. Yeah. Much like these phantoms. Except one of you is way less annoying. Dear goodness. A thunderstorm? Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised it doesn't say that you're sleeping anymore in chat. Unless it... Well, because if you ran a command, it would also show in chat. It's interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know if it's one of the mods or if it's Minecraft. Minecraft. Oh my word. Minecraft has changed it. Okay, that is distinctly not lining up. You're kind of magic at the moment. Well, yeah, you're magic, but still. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Okay. Those aren't even in the right place. We're gonna have to do. What did the center again? 1, 2. We do the center. Actually, I'm gonna do the center. 2. I have my eyes closed for a second. I think I want to do 2 sides. Okay. Two side entrances, rather. So do that and that. Then that. Do and do a gap of 4. Can I do a gap of 3 and it work? Let's try a gap of 3 and see. Still creates a 2. Which I think I could make work. Okay. The only question is, am I going to actually try to build this manor mansion situation? Like, I'm actually going to use it as a player or just as a decorated house? Like, do I design it with a storage room in it, even though I have a storage room that I haven't even filled up yet? Just finish up your auto storage system in Mushroom Island. We'll take a break after this build, but the idea is to supplement the small storage with a copper golem one. Nice. There's a wild Alickatung in chat if anyone wants to catch it. I just know that I wanted to build this style again, but bigger this time. And with like all the new blocks and stuff. I don't know. And I actually I don't remember if I decided to put it on here after I built the mountain. Pretty much you're guaranteed to have some sort of storage room space whether you occupy it or not. They're called chest monsters. Well, yeah, we're not going to talk about the chest monster that's already started. You'll have to decorate with the shells. Yeah, they are really cool. I'm still getting used to the fact that they exist, to be honest. I honestly feel like the hard part for me is it's just like another thing I have to have is stripped planks. Like, I have everything in my end chest almost usually. Not so much on this world because I haven't done as much grinding, but everything except like having the non-stripped logs and the stripped logs. That's a lot. Yeah, it's whether or not I'll have a more functional Minecraft storage space or whether I just have like a place that is for storage. This is the chest monster. You can see where we've been doing things. Speaking of doing things, let me do that. And I did see that we have a cactus flower or 2 over here. This is a side quest I've been doing. I don't know how to best farm these like automatically. Also made a rocket dispenser. Realized you need to build a sugarcane farm on this island too. Lol. Mm-hmm. Well, if you, I don't remember if you had one or not, but I have one that you can totally steal from to start it up if you need to. Okay, cool. 2 more cactus flowers. Actually, speaking of, you have a very tiny one in your original base? Okay. Mine's not that big either. Okay, I was just checking to see if it was full. This, however, has been working well enough. I think we also have one at Spot. I feel like there's a community one somewhere, and I'm just not remembering where it is because it's been ages. Is there one at the community gunpowder farm, maybe? Sugarcane farm. Probably. Probably. I'd have to remember where that was to go look. Didn't check. Yeah, me either. Honestly, I remember where your creeper farm is. I don't remember where the community one is. I would go into the nether to find that out. Okay. Let me open that stream so my streak stays. I'm also gonna have it unmuted for a second. You may have one in your base. I'm sure you do. I feel like we all had them. A better farm we have is community one. Don't you have one in your tower and then we have another one? I thought there was 2. Is there not 2? Am I being silly? Oh, yeah. I mean, to be completely honest, I could be misremembering. It's been how many months? Like, we could go look and see when the last time I streamed on the server was. It's been ages. If I had to guess, it was March. Your lighthouse is very inefficient. Well, yeah. I actually kind of wonder if it's... Okay, it's not actually visually loaded right now. Why is that corner foggy and that corner's not foggy? That don't make any sense. Minecraft makes sense. Oh, it's where... Oh, okay, I see the loaded chunks versus my fog distance is slightly off. Okay. Make it make sense, Minecraft. Okay. Some terraforming to do. And the good thing is this... I might... Actually... I might even move that over one already. Simply to make this a square and give myself more room for the actual mansion. Because, like, this is a garden. And yeah, I intend to put a big statue right there. But, like... Okay, I need to mute that. I got distracted by something on my other monitor. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could make it a square. I don't know. I probably need to lay out the mansion first. Because the other part of this is, I think this is... might have been about what the original was. So I actually may want to move this to here. Well, that's not going to be too close, though. Nah, that would be fine. I've got to visualize it in my head. Takes a little bit of effort, you know? Especially when my brain's not quite working. So, 3, 3, 1, 4, 1, and then a bunch of 3s. So the idea for this part is these are going to be arches that have plants on inside and around them. So it's not going to be, it's going to be an arch that's going to be like, probably, I don't know, rough estimating. Might be even shorter than that, just a smidge. But it's gonna be like that. I want to be using stairs, obviously. So it's gonna be a little shorter than that, but it's gonna just be a bunch of those. Yeah, I might drop. Do I have stairs? I should just make stairs. What am I doing? But do I want it to be stats? Cause that I might do out of the smooth. Wait, I can go get that though. I made some. And I should probably sleep while I'm here. I do like this also that it shows the icons. Got a couple mods that do like icon related displays. I am happy with that because it shows the face on the locator bar instead of the dot of the seemingly random colored dot. And then Zozo, Zozo, sweetheart. Did not see that someone was sleeping. It just got bright. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's something they changed. Because I've been commenting on that when you've been sleeping. And I'm just like, I don't know what is happening. Neither does Zoe. Apparently, she's freaking out because of that. Don't mind her. She's just being silly. She's being silly. Should I just have a stonecutter on me? Probably. Am I going to do that right now? No. This is not a ability stream. This is a Claire's figuring out what I need to measure out. Basically. That's what that comes down to. Okay. So if I do that, and then I just do this, is that what I want? I feel like that might be that delivery that Amazon told me was going to be a little later than they wanted it to be. That may be, in fact, what she's getting so upset about right now. Because, well, there was a slight tonal shift there. I don't know that you guys would have picked up over my mic. But there was definitely a tone shift. Okay. And she's also just gone to the front door. So, yeah, like that, like that. It's like this is less, this wall here, okay, not that these are actually walls, but these walls are even less visually breaking than these ones are going to be. I think that'll work. I don't think that's going to look weird next to the shorter. It might look a little weird. We'll have to see if I have to lower it to make sense or make the other one bigger for it to make sense. Goodness, she's upset. I don't think you guys can hear that anymore. But yeah, it's not picking up on the mic as far as I can tell. She's still going in it. Rawr, 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 rawr. That's a moo. Cow, wherever you are. Good thing is I have a ton of dirt. So I can quite easily do this. That was driving me crazy. Fix that. We're looking at, okay. There may be places where I end up doing a bit of a wall, but even right here, I could probably get away with a little bit of just terraforming to make this work. And it'll be a little obvious that it's slightly like tailored to this shape, probably. But to be honest, the entire mountain's man-made, so it's not computer-generated terrain. So actually, bits of this are. This is where bits and pieces of it were original terrain. This is one of the ends that, because basically what I did is I took two hills and I built between them and made them a mountain. And made the valley between them a cave. So some of this down here is original tree. Some of it. Clearly like that cliff back there is not. But like a lot of this here is not all of it. You can tell because if there's an air gap, it means I did that. And there's a geode down there. What do you know? Okay, so if I do... Honestly, I might leave this bit to like slope down. Do something like this. Oop. Or blend it into the... Oh, wild Sharpedo if anyone wants to catch it. Blend it into the terrain a bit. Thankfully, I have all this dirt Mousy gave me. I think Mousy gave it to me. So. I have shulkers, and shulkers where that came from. She is definitely upset about something. Already gone. Oh no, I have lots of shulkers left of dirt. And this stuff. This stuff was, a lot of this was from you. Not all of it, but a lot of it. You meant the Pokemon? Oh. Well, when I said that, it wasn't gone. There is, like, a few seconds delay, depending on what device you're watching me on. Probably 2, but... it might be set to 2 seconds delay. I don't know. I don't... Well, in mod chat, you wouldn't have a delay. So, I don't know. Because fun fact for those who don't know is when a streamer can set a certain amount of delay for a stream, like there's delay that happens just because, you know, latency and such, but you can also set it. I don't know that I have, but like you could even set stream to like a minute delay or 3 minutes delay. But mod chat gets the same delay unless you set a longer delay. Oh, okay. Oh, you do probably for the visual, but you won't for the text chat, I think. Because I think you've got like a couple seconds before a message, like we see the message, like a couple seconds before it actually gets posted, which isn't that much. Yes, the mods are the best. Yeah, I just text chat is instant unless that's changed. Yeah, I don't think so. And I think I have it on a slight delay so that you guys have a chance to catch things. Not that it matters. It's not like I could delay it even more, but it's at the delay. I think it defaults to 2 seconds, which is a delay that you as someone as a non-mod, like not you specifically, Dragon, but like as a non-mod, you don't notice that the message got delayed. Unless you know that that's how that works. But you would normally not notice. Because it's so minuscule that it's like, oh yeah, it's probably just a delay between you and Twitch. And there's actually a little bit of a built-in moderator delay so that the mods can go, yeah, no, that's fine. Which I think is actually pretty smart, to be honest. But yes, mods get chat right away, and so do I, because I'm in mod view. That's great. Oh yeah, I just know that you can set it to way longer if you need to, because for certain things, for I don't know if they have to do it for Twitch Rivals, but when someone I knew was doing like competitive Overwatch, like as a sports team in school, the person who was streaming it had to have a 3-minute delay on it so that it was a part of the way of preventing cheating, essentially. Because if, you know, you had your opponent's stream open and you had no delay, you'd know exactly what they were doing when they were doing it. It's only worth it if you set a cooldown between people's chats too. Yeah. I wonder. Yeah. But I've never been in a situation where I was playing anything that competitive. So I've never had to worry about it. It's something I also like. I watch a lot of Valorant streamers, and sometimes like them setting a delay on how long it takes for you to see the stream is because they're dealing with a stream sniper, and they're like, you know what? Okay, we'll just you can stream snipe, but it'll be 3 minutes late, so don't know how good it's gonna go you. Some delays is to prevent showing a death or something, such as during a shuttle launch. Yeah, exactly. Like that also makes perfect sense. That's another situation where it's like, yeah, you know, maybe if you're broadcasting something where there could be potential explosions or whatever else, maybe should consider, especially when you're streaming IRL, I feel like a slight delay is probably a good idea. But that makes perfect sense too. I've only really, I hadn't completely realized how you could fully do that until my friend did competitive Overwatch stuff. And I was like, oh. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Cause like this is not like Twitch Rivals or some of the other like MCC where these are people who I don't know how to phrase that without sounding off guard. There's like a different intention behind that, I guess. I'm sure there were stream snipers. In fact, I'm pretty sure at one point someone got caught doing it in MCC. But do I remember who? No, I don't. But hydrate for me or for the dog that hasn't stopped barking for the last 15 minutes. I'm gonna have Anna check and see if they still have water. So we do have a slight issue. She's talking to me behind, and you guys can't hear her, I don't think. It was a slight issue is the fact is they do in fact have water. However, it's in the bowl that they don't typically drink out of until they're desperate. Which no one knows why. It's just the same bowl. They just don't drink out of it for whatever reason. Hey Anna, I want to do a science experiment. Come on a second. I want to do a science experiment, actually. With the bowls. Why don't you move the bowls out of the wooden thing and just like next to the... No, set them on the ground next to the table a little bit far away from where they are right now and see if they would suddenly like them. Let's do some science. Like, is it that corner? No. So if it's that corner, then I'd be like, Mom, it's that corner. It's not the bowls, it's that corner. We need to move them. Oh, who knows? The other thing is the dogs could just be picky and, you know, decide that Zoe gets to eat out of Lucy's bowl because Zoe's the older one, and Lucy eats out of Lucy's bowl because it's Lucy's, and then we have a slight problem. More drinks. They don't mind eating out of it too much. Be funny though. That was the reason. Okay. So, I guess the next bit, now that we've got the walls established, is figuring out exactly where the actual mansion's gonna go. Now, I do think I want the front door of the mansion to be lined up with this. So we're going to take this, I'm gonna just take this fair distance. So, like here. It's not like that's gonna be well into the door, but okay. Now, I do know that this path is gonna not be path blocks. I know up to this point is gonna be the mud. What I haven't decided is whether I'm then gonna switch to granite and bricks, because let me go over here for a second. You'll notice I'm using a lot of granite and bricks in this section. And mostly as walls though. And then I'm using the mud as stairs and such. And I don't know if that's going to continue into the mansion or whether I then switch to the brick. because I do want to incorporate some of the other parts of the build palette that I've added. Because the main build palette of this area, granted, the main house originally had every type of wood in it. I replaced some of the roofs now, to where it doesn't have every single one. But I definitely I think that's on the inside, have all the ones that were in the game at the time. But the color scheme is definitely birch or sandstone, dark oak, copper, and granite, as clearly shown in our main building here. So that doesn't completely need to carry over to this, but it kind of also does. We're adding in the nether brick, which one could say is our dark oak replacement. I think dark oak will still end up being in this build. Though I'm not entirely sure how. Because the other thing is, the roof for both things is going to be nether brick. I may end up changing the outside ring to have a copper roof instead. A wild Liepard is in chat, and it looks like it is an event Pokemon if anyone wants to catch it. I'm going to try it for the first time tonight. Oh. Hello! Zozo, come here. Come here. Oh, Lucy, your name's not Zozo. Hi. What is up with you today? You are acting guilty. What'd you do? You know you're not supposed to be barking like that. Is that why you're acting guilty? Hmm? Is that why you're looking at the ground? Silly girl. Yeah? Lucy, leave her alone. You calm down and just lay down, baby girl. Yeah? Think you can do that and stop shouting at the world? Hmm? No? Apparently not. If I pet her, she'd be calm the entire time. But then I'd be stuck petting her the entire time. I'm excited to do this though, because this is going to be a fun scale. We're going to finally start pulling things up the hill a bit. What happened there? Did I just stop building? Hold on. Hold on. That's not allowed to be that way. What happened here? Excuse me, why? There's a cave. Okay, well, I don't care. I'm not gonna completely cover it up, but I'm gonna fix this. Do. Do something a little bit more reasonable here. Actually, no, we'll keep that like that. There. Is that like better? A little bit, I think. Yeah, that looks more like what it actually is instead of something silly. You can tell I've been used to taking no fall damage. Because what was that? There are so many animals. Oh, that's not the button I meant to push. Come in. Alright, fine, I get momentum. There we go. Okay, I don't feel like I earned mob kebab there, but sure. Don't know if you guys knew this about... Okay, come on. Do I have to be shift? Shift, I bet I have to... I bet I have to be sprinting. Wait, cut it, chicken. I'm so finicky about when it actually hits things. Because now... it's doing it. I just don't really want all these animals on my... That was interesting. On my mountain. Guess I could just do that way. Hee. Nice, I caught it. Sadly, dragon didn't. But someone caught it. Yay. I know there was a torch like here I broke. Okay. Cool. I do need to get this to where this is also slightly incorporated into everything. But in time, it'll all be cohesive. I built it out of the way so that we could figure out how to put it into place. Okay. I like it. I like where it's going. Good. Let me dump a bunch of stuff. Not in that chest. We're dumping in this chest first. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Actually carry that around and I can put those bits there. Let me actually we'll use streamlights as the corners of this part for now, because I was like, oh, I can just grab the warped wood and use that, but the warped wood's not going to be the corners. That's one of the things I'm going to have to redesign, I think. Okay, let's just, for argument's sake, say if that goes there, is that enough space to turn there? I don't think so. Because the other bit is, we have this here, which this path is essentially going to come this way like that. And there's going to be one probably actually going to be a little bit straighter at parts. Because there's also, whoop. So what I'm forgetting is there's also going to be a tree hedge situation there. So that's probably going to go more here. Like that. So this one's probably going to lead off in this direction to go into this area, which I don't know what that's going to be yet. So if we've got hedge here, oops, we've got hedge there. Actually, for the sake of this, I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that stuff back out. So then I can just put the hedge in temporarily, even if these aren't what I end up using. Oh, it will still be where I'm gonna use it. So, to help me visualize a little. So yeah, then in the house. So that point might be where do I take it up 2? Yeah, because then I could take it up 2 and then take it back down 1 on that one part. Okay, that would work. I don't have stairs. Okay. Do one. Obviously not going to be out of this. Is that going to count or is that going to count? Shit would be back here. So what it is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thing I have to be mindful of. So I might actually do an even number. Because then we take this back. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's going to be the problem there. Now I can always move that over one. But it's going to be a lot harder to terraform in this corner. I'm probably already going to do a sandstone bit there. So, that doesn't look even. I need to double count those. So the answer actually is this genius. Okay. Not that I'm a genius, but sometimes I have moments where I think of things that make things make sense, which is great. Okay. So if we is that enough room? I will think about that. I'm thinking I'm gonna put something like this here. So that not that, like, actually I'll just put corners on it. Something here so that when you're looking from this direction, you won't necessarily feel like this part that's going to go here is unbalanced, but it will allow for a more L-shaped shape here, because that means this wall can go straight back and you still have a little bit of garden space back here. So then we can come out this way. And the corner, like this corner of the building. I think I lined that up. Yeah. Can be here. To there. I don't think that 5's going to be a corner, so I want to actually take the shroom light off of it. Yeah, that actually needs to go here. Which means that wall is going there. Okay. 5. Do I want 5 or do I want a 3 and then 4? Because this house is going to extend quite a bit that way. It's not going to be a perfect square. Do you think I want 3 and then 5? She is really upset today. 3. Alright, now how much of the side yard do I want? Well, this is not going to be perfect square either, clearly. So I feel like this is going to be a corner. And some part of the house will possibly extend into this a little. That is going to be the next part of planning, I think, is going to be me figuring out what I guess we're kind of working on it now. But not just, like, there's got to be a little bit of an interior design thought process figured out. How I want the flow to go. For the sake of doing that, okay. Because you're gonna come up these stairs here, and you're gonna see the house. Now, the house is gonna be 2 floors, at least in this section. I think there might be a third, quote unquote, set back and more of like a tower, because like I see first floor is kind of defined by the roof of the balcony. Second floor is going to be an actual roof that's going to go back 2 or 3 stairs, and then there's going to be like a central towery thingy with a circular window. I do see that. I say that now, I may change my mind. But then I think possibly this part here may just be a tall, like, might be less tall than this. It might be not 2 floors in the same sense that this is 2 floors. So like this might be 2 floors of 5, and this might be a floor of 5 and a floor of 3. Ooh, those arches would look really good on like a study library. I know I said I was building a library over there. That's different. um, because I'm thinking where those 5s and 3s are is going to be column-y bits and big windows. Now they're going to be 3 wide windows, but if they're 3 by like 6 or something, they're going to be pretty tall. Yeah. So, oh, okay, I like that idea. Hold on. Okay, rewrite this. Balcony. No, that's not a balcony. It's on the first deck. I'm gonna actually write it this way. Tower. Round. Wind. Second. Story. Deck. Alright. Roof. And then here. Study / library. At least this front section of the house will be. And it'll be 2 floors. Hey. Not same. Yeah, I like that plan. So that means this is where the actual door is going to go. Actually, that might be inset, so it's actually probably going to be here. Well, inset. Let's We'll probably inset quite a few things. Now, one of the things I did like about the first build that I did was there was a section that in the middle that was just open air. Hi! Hi, baby girl. I don't know what you want, but hi. I'm almost done, baby girl. Almost done streaming. Almost. Okay. So I do want an intersection that is exposed to the outer. I don't know exactly how I want to do that. And that may be where no, that's not upper one. Okay, cool. That may be where this comes in, because how wide is that gonna be? That's probably gonna be to here. Have a proper grand library study. It was gonna be like there, give or take. Now I wish I could push that back a bit more. In theory, I could push that forward a bit more, but Let's see. How big do I want it to be? The thing is, the way this build is done, there's going to be a lot of enclosed outdoor spaces. So I almost wonder if instead of doing it this way, I instead pull this back to say here. And then see how this space with a balcony or two here and outdoor indoor balcony here ends up working out. And there might be a section in the middle where maybe not to the first floor, but to the from the first to the second. That didn't make sense. Or there'll be an open space. Yeah. To break up the roof line internally a bit, it looks better. But I have to figure that out. How'd that go? I may do wire lines at some point with take the moss or my vast amounts of wool. I'll start wire framing out where the floors are gonna go. This is significantly bigger than the one I did before, so I think like the one I did before could probably, I think, would fit in here. Just the building part. It would have to be a little bigger, give or take, to fit the rest of it. But I want to give myself plenty of space this time to do a bunch of stuff in the house. And then the plan is I might need to adjust this a little bit to put like a center entrance into this. But then we're gonna put the only issue I'm seeing here is we are dealing with an even centered space with what will be a odd centered statue, probably. I'll have to play with it and see if it works, if I can make it work at a 2 wide. Or what I can do is if I adjust it like so it's not completely centered. Yep, sorry, I was reading my text. So I'll have to figure out how to adjust them. Only thing I'm thinking is I'm trying to decide if a side main entrance is what I want for a centered garden, but I feel like that might actually like offset the symmetry a little bit in a good way. Because what's going to end up happening with the pathing, right, is if, let's say a statue goes there-ish, right? That's not centered. But you get the idea, is that goes there. Something like that. I'm making it a little thicker so that, yeah. Alright, whatever. If the statue goes there, then the idea is path 1 goes here. Path 2 goes here. And they both have, this is then a pathway, right, around the statue. And these then go out this way. Something like this. And probably there might even be a couple paths a little bit more like this and like this, just so like depending on the hedges that I do, like the garden bits I do. Right. Now I'm not measuring this out at the moment. Eyeballing it, so like it's not gonna be perfect right now. But like that's the vibes, and then this path is here. You can kind of see how that's gonna end up, especially if we look at the map. And to be honest, for freehanding that's actually not terribly off-center. That's actually, like, it isn't this way, but I would just do another path here, probably. Blame the chair? What? I'm not blaming the chair. Wrong chat. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, I'm not blaming the chair. No, you're fine. Articuno has appeared in chat, if anyone wants to catch it. Can I? I'll leave those. Can I? Actually. Full screen map. Here we are. Show theme buttons. Where's the show keybinds option? Is this one? There we go. Something like that. Because like maybe this will come out to here. Hi, Lulu. Something like that. Hi. Hi. Is you go, puppy? Zoe's always stirring you up because she's barking and everything and nothing at the same time. Yeah. I'm sure she is. Stop it. I'm streaming. Hold on. If you're gonna do that. Oh, wait, is that the trick to get you to go away? Is I point the camera in your face? Oh, no, you're just gonna switch sides? Is that what we're doing? Except you're not gonna even look at the camera. No. I'm gonna see if I can catch her. Nope. Alright. I put it away, and that's when you decide. Gotcha that time, didn't I? Yeah. Hi. You're gonna spin me around until I say yes. Hi. Alright, more pets for the baby girl. Alright. I'm posting it in my Discord so you guys can see what I'm dealing with. Just gotta remember where the pet corner. There we go. Hi, baby. I definitely think that works. Hi. I know, baby girl. You're so pretty. You're so pretty girl. She's laying down. Perfect. Greenhouse in like a garden. Food garden. Would fit in there, I think. It's like, yeah, I have gardens upon gardens out there. Speaking of things, so I need to make sure. I haven't made a mob farm anywhere, have I? Also, this will go here to there in some form. This beacon will definitely need to move. Honestly, I think I'm done building down there, so I may just move it up into this. But I gotta decide where to stick it that won't bother me. Maybe like right here. Won't be in the way for too long. I will probably just leave the beacon base down here. Because I can always put that back. Actually, I need to put the torch on that. So if we do that, and then what I'll do is I'll just leave that there, put that there, and I probably, oh yeah, I do. I mean, I barely do. I need to get more iron in here, apparently. It's 2 stacks and 32 or 2 stacks and 36. I think it's 2 stacks and 36 because if it was 2 stacks and 32, then you would end up just saying 2.5 stacks. Just me, or did they update the sound for the iron blocks? I'm pretty sure that sounds more metallic than it used to. Like I hear almost like, you know those, I don't know if they're tin, but like those thin metal like trash cans. I almost hear like the lid of that if you tapped it. Now that when you place these. And I don't think they always sounded like that. Okay, perfect. I do need something to activate it with, though. There we go. Nice. Okay. I will probably have to work on getting more beacons, but... I'm going to do that for now. And then I'm going to have to get more dirt. To be fair, I didn't think I was going to actually be terraforming this. So... when I originally got the dirt, I was like, oh yeah, easy to place block, fix some of the holes I'm going to make. That kind of thing. Nope, I'm fixing terraforming. Like a sir. Zoe's back at barking again, because of course she is. Because why wouldn't she? Because she is. Just, yep. Yeah, it's good to know that it kind of reaches to there. I won't need it on. Well, I don't know which part of it I want to start with. I think. No, I've lost. Okay. I think I'm going to start with the house. Like, I might do this a lot in between bits and pieces. But I think I need to make sure the house is where I want it first before I do anything too crazy. This bit might just be a little bit of sandstone wall. And then here, you can just... I'm gonna put it where it won't get in my way. You feeling Josh? You're gonna head to bycatch tomorrow. Night Dragon! One quick question. Did we decide what we were doing tomorrow? Nope. Okay. At least I didn't forget that what we had decided. At least I was starting to feel like I forgot what we decided. We have time in the morning. Oh yeah, no, for sure. We can figure it out tomorrow. I was just checking to make sure I hadn't forgotten the memo. It's not like we don't figure it out last minute all the time anyway. Because, chat, surprise, we figure stuff out at the last minute all the time. And that is not changing in, 2026. If there was a memo, you didn't get it either. Okay, cool. Perfect. Could start putting... Alright, Night Dragon! Yeah, I'm gonna be finishing stream here in a second, chat, anyway. I might have taken a side quest to see how much of this terraforming we can get done real quick. But it is, in fact, a side quest. Yeah, I'll just make that another brick. Just. Trying to stay a smidge organized. It may not look like I'm trying to stay organized, but I am, in fact, attempting it. And part of the organization is that this is disorganized. So, you know. Okay. Now we can terraform. Okay, now I did originally intend this lake to stay this way, but I don't think it will. Completely. Now I do think this corner is gonna be just sandstone. In the sense of like I think it's gonna I'm just going to Anti-spider. Stuff there. And since I'm going to put wall, like I'm going to put sandstone here and make that like a pillory, like a retaining wall bit. We'll do this so it blends in this bit a bit more. Something like that, I think, works. And then the thing is I can go from here. It doesn't need to like go straight there though. Not on this bit. We could do it like this. Possibly. I need to see. So that will work that way. Like that. And then get to from there to there. Little bit of tweaking to make sure that things don't line up too much. There we go. Because then, actually we should go 1, 2, 3. Like that. Just so that doesn't spawn anything silly. Just smooth it out a smidge. Oh, there's a doggy under my feet. You good there, Lulu? Like so. Okay, I think that worked. Now let's fix the pond. Do I even have it just like a bone meal in here somewhere? No. But I know where I can get some. And I can toss the cactus in as well. Yeah, see, that looks a lot better. Oop. Time to redo the cactus farm again. Get one every time I harvest this, which isn't too bad. And I can just toss the extra cactus, because I have a cactus farm as well that's got like a full half chest or a full double chest or something almost. So I think I tossed a bunch of it in the, there we go. I tossed a bunch of it in the furnace to get XP, so probably. Ooh, this is gonna be cool. It's gonna be nice to be doing a smaller build. I still have a few things to finish on the castle and RQSMP. A couple things, most of which should only take me probably like 4 hours more of work, give or take, on one of the towers. And then on the keep, I've probably got an hour's worth of work because I think I'm just gonna rip out part of it and put back deep slate, which will be easier with the happy guest. Or if I don't rip it out, I will only duplicate it on the one corner. So, and then yeah, I've got to figure out, double check and make sure that's like the main bit of my list. I have to look, but obviously it's not on this server; it's on the other server. So, but I like where this is going. I'm really happy that I came up with an idea to put this build on top of. I'll just say this is on top of this mountain. I'm excited for it. Realistically, I do not need that on me right now. The hard part is going to be the fun part, and the hard part is gathering this, because wow, with these trees, because of one of the data packs we have on the server, I can just do that. You can't do that with the warped fungus trees. So, yeah. That's the fun part, is I don't know. I don't like, rather, how much chopping I want to have to do. I'm taking these jungle trees down. I'll leave the spruce ones up for the moment. I will take these, and thank you. But for context, this is my storage room. My storage barn, realistically. It is currently got a lot of slots open. The main section here doesn't really have much more room. Like if they add another wood type, I'm gonna have to seriously consider rearranging. Those don't go there. Let's go here. But yeah, this is the storage room. This is also the crafting room. This is where the doggos hang out. And stuff. There's also the split up here. We have a data pack that allows you to turn concrete to powdered concrete into normal concrete, and dirt into mud, I think, with a cauldron. So I had rigged up a machine to let me just do it automatically. So I just toss stuff in there, and I think it in theory. Then originally had a hopper underneath it and it didn't work. I was fiddling with it. But like if I needed to expand my storage room, I have plenty of room up there I could expand into. And I've got chests over here that I don't have anything in. And I could easily move the mini blocks to another part of the storage room. We have a shulker farm, so I have a lot of shulkers to... I want to do something with this. Maybe in the house I'll do a secret door. I also have a couple of happy guests flying around, but I really like that view is going to be so good. Look at that. And I feel like you are going to be able to see the other part, like here and here. Not as much on this side, but the beacon there. And I think you're going to be able to see the house from here, and it's going to be cool. Yeah. Also, what does it look like from over here? I didn't check from the ship. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That's gonna look so good. I'm excited. I've actually like got a plan for this base now, and I've actually like got ideas and things, and not just a haphazard mess. Every once in a while, I am tempted to move some of the buildings because I'm not completely happy with where I just haphazardly placed them in my state of just being like, I don't care. I'm just building stuff. For a base that's original thing was just a Minecraft base. That I have now made a little bit more cohesive, but and there's some like story bits going into it for sure, but it's still very much a Minecraft base. Nearly every building has a purpose in Minecraft. And nearly every, I think it's not a town, it's a Minecraft base that looks like a town, so sort of. So, yeah, it's fun. And I do need to expand a little bit more this way to encompass that bit and more that way. Because I do plan on building a bridge and expanding into this section here at some point. And I think this direction I'm probably gonna stick to like here. Because this is one of Mousie's areas. She's got a couple bases. So nope. No. I didn't want to do that. And then over here I want to say that's where Surges is, and wait, no, that's Dragon. I think Surge is more this way. I think he's over here somewhere. Now, there are actually a few bases, because I just put this Journeys map mod on here. I haven't been to a lot of the things. So I do need to go around through the Nether and get all the things in and what's that one? The slime farm's this one over here. Don't remember which one's that. Cause like my sister's base is over here somewhere. And there's some more people. There were more people like up here. I don't know. I found the relics one day, years a year or two ago. Because as Dragon pointed out, we've actually had this world for 3 years? 3 Christmases at least. Because we had built the tree. I had built the tree originally, and then we built more things around the tree in the Christmas area. But it's been a while. I will just really quickly show you guys spawn, just in case you haven't seen it. I know there's not too many people here actually, but I keep procrastinating because I keep thinking of things. I need to stop procrastinating. Okay, do I? No, I'm sure I can find a better picture. It's starting soon. No, actually it won't though. Okay. Let me check and see if if there's anybody to read. I will go ahead and go to spawn. Just so you can. I don't know how long ago you said that. There's storage room basic build. You gotta fine tune the interior and build a golem extension, but that's another day problem. Cool. Hoping you didn't say that too long ago. But yeah, you can actually, I think you can kind of tell. This was at least made before Tough was in the game. Because I feel like we would have built this castle partly out of Tough if we'd had it. No, you're good? Okay. I will say the one downside to one of the mods I'm using, is that these armor stands very much have armor on. But because of the mod I have that removes player armor, it also removes armor stand armor. I need to find something else that doesn't do that. But by time, have a nice rest of stream. Yeah, I'm literally ending. But thank you. See you tomorrow. I don't remember which update this was after. Copper might have. We'd have to look and see what. I think we started in 121. Or is 120 or 121? I'd have to go look. Okay. Let me switch you guys to the ending stream so you don't have to. Okay. Okay, I do not see anyone. Let me undo following for a second just to see if there's anyone about that I recognize. Okay, didn't think so. All right, chat. Thank you all for hanging out and all the stuff and things today, and for the gift sub to Dragon from Mousy. Let's see what else in lurking and all the stuff and things. I'm just gonna trigger home real quick before I get lost. Dragon and I will be back tomorrow at our usual time. Normal Saturday schedules are resuming. Apparently Zoe's very happy about that. I don't know. Oh yeah, Happy New Year, guys. That kind of happened between this stream and last. I was gonna stream on Wednesday, and I wasn't gonna do like a stream to midnight. I was gonna stream Wednesday afternoon, and then I didn't feel like it. So I didn't. And then yesterday I was busy. Super busy, and I was like, I'm gonna stream on Friday and Saturday. I don't need to try to do a stream on Thursday too. So, yeah. I think we're doing Minecraft. I feel like we had talked about Minecraft, but who knows? We might end up in House Flipper for all I know. Because we haven't gone back to that in a while. Yeah. So we'll see. We will see what Dragon and I come up with in the morning. But whatever it is, it'll be fun and it'll be the normal chaos. We will see which server, which game, and if Minecraft, which server. But I'm gonna actually just close Minecraft while I'm at it. Oh, you guys could probably hear my happy gas going silly. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fun. We're getting back into the groove of things, I think now, as far as my schedule is going to be as normal as it normally is. I know I started a little late today because that's because I was sitting here debating between two different games. I was like, do I play Minecraft? Or do I play Xenoblade? And I changed my mind about 2 times while writing the title. So we're probably going to do Xenoblade next time. Maybe on Wednesday. Who knows? I might decide to stream on Monday. I say like that, like the weekend's not going to be. Dang, she mad at something. Okay, I'm gonna go see what she's barking at and maybe take the dog to bed. I will see y'all tomorrow for stream. I know some of you probably missed it at the beginning, but I did play a song. I'm going to see if it got copyright like recognized in the VOD, if it actually played in the VOD or not. We might be changing up the music here shortly if that did the way it was supposed to. I think I got the settings correct, but you never know. Also, if you're watching this VOD on YouTube and there's no music in the background, that's why. I have switched it to now the music no longer gets caught in the VODs. So you can play your own background music to stream. If you're watching on YouTube. Which a couple people might be. Alright, I forgot to mention that earlier. I did do a test. I played Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, so I was like, surely that one, if it actually goes through on the VOD, will get caught.